More often than not, when it comes to sacred relationships and romantic relationships, the hardest thing to do is to keep our heart open when we don't feel like it. The hardest thing to do is to keep our heart open when we are feeling pain, or when we are feeling grief, or when we are feeling discontentment and disconnection. And it is very common for a lot of my clients who I work with inside of my one-on-one mentorship or inside of my design programs to design their bedrooms to attract the love of their life, that they are putting that on their partner, that they are pointing at their partner, that they are blaming their beloved as if he or she is the one at fault. But the truth is, we always need to check in with ourselves, keeping our heart open to fulfill the vision of what we desire, right? To have the relationship that we want, to have the bedroom that we want, to have the intimacy and the connection that we want is absolutely an inside job and does have to start with us. There are so many ups and downs in relationship. There are so many ups and downs in anything that you're designing. And if you've gone through a remodeling, process in your home or a redecorating process in your home, this is true. There are ups and downs and things go horribly wrong sometimes. But there's always a way to come back to the vision. There's always a way to come back to the intention. There's always a way to accept that things aren't going as we wanted them to and as we expected them to. And then we get a chance to face the truth of that. Sometimes we need to feel into the truth of that for a while. But once that's done and that's moved through us, we can get back on our feet and get really clear on what do I need to do now to move forward with the vision that I had. And this is the difference between procrastination being something that we, continuously kind of like increase in our life, or that we become prisoners to. Procrastination can happen. I think we all have something in our life that we procrastinate on. But if it's something that it's happening repeatedly and more importantly is causing you pain and it's causing you to close your heart and it's robbing you of staying open to the possibilities of the moment, then we need to decide. You need to decide when enough is enough and when you get to stop doing something that is not working, where you need to continue doing something that is, and what something new needs to be started or what needs to be started. And this is something really important when it comes to designing our romantic relationships. And the biggest, most important step to take and to, where to begin, right? A lot of people ask that, where do I begin? And to me, it begins with you. It begins with setting up the room you want, setting up the space that makes you feel good, doing your own feminine practice that helps you remember how to stay open when your heart wants to close. So creating space to fall apart, creating space to bawl your eyes out, creating space to completely feel the pain of your longing heart, and do that as your spiritual practice, and spend time in a room that makes you feel safe, makes you feel comforted, makes you feel well nourished, and then open the door of that, coming out of that room as a brand new woman, a fully embodied, complete, with all of the parts of her that are deeply pained and grieving, the parts of her that have been hurt in the past, that have been ashamed in the past, and the parts of her that are oracles of love, the parts of her that are full of devotion and passion and love and so much fun, right? We all contain all of those parts within us. It doesn't have to be made of heart. It doesn't happen. It's not authentic. It's not true. So creating these beautiful sacred boudoirs is an amazing opportunity, not just to attract your beloved, not just to reignite your current relationship, but to meet yourself as your beloved, to fall deeply in love with yourself and really make love with who you are, with all the parts of you that are worthy of being worshipped and adorned and loved. So that is what Sacred Boudoir really is all about. And when the partner comes, when the partner awakens to who you are and what you're inspiring him or her to be, then it's a beautiful dance, right? It's a beautiful synchronicity. It's a beautiful relationship between two people. But it first has to be you and you in love and in relationship.